I have a special guest joining us on the line. The Izod Indycar CEO, Randy Bernard, joins us live on the phone. Randy, welcome to Race Day on Fox Sports Radio.
Well, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning to you, man, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, especially on a race day. I know how hectic it gets out on race day, and you taking time out, man, it is greatly appreciated, no doubt.
No problem. It's great to be here in Iowa. We're hoping the storms are going to go around us.
Yeah, a lot of fans, we were just talking about that in Iowa, a shorter track, obviously a 3/4-mile track. These guys get out there pretty fast. Some of the slower cars getting in the traffic in the way to faster cars. Talk about that a little bit, being on some of these smaller, because I'm a guy that I love road racing, period. So with the NASCAR guys at road racing and then IndyCar at the street courses and road courses, I think that's great racing. Now, some of the ovals, like at Kansas, we saw the race kind of get a little bit away where some guys dominated. This creates where the guys will get bunched up a little bit. And I say guys, but obviously the girls as well. Danica, you have Simona Di Silvestro, Sarah Fisher, Milka Duno, and with some of the others as well. But talk about the racing we should see here at Iowa.
Well, we hope it's we're pretty confident it's going to be exciting. I mean, we have 25 cars this year, which is an increase, and we think that there's going to be some great racing here if the weather can hold off.
We're talking to the IndyCar CEO, Randy Bernard. He joins us on the phone. Randy, let me ask you this. Obviously, coming over from the professional bull riding, you've taken a sport like that from nothing, from local rodeos basically, to this mainstream sport, getting a television, multi-million-dollar contracts in place, and bringing that to the next level. You need to do that with IndyCar. How do you get there, and where do you go from here, and how do you get there from here?
Well, there's a huge distinct difference between PBR and IndyCar. PBR didn't have a brand. It was, Pabst Blue Ribbon was what PBR stood for, and over here at IndyCar, there's been phenomenal tradition and culture, and I think that's the biggest thing that we have here, and what we need to do is just reignite American open wheel racing, and I think we're forming a plan right now. We have great momentum here. We've been able to sign up a couple new sponsors. Right during the Indianapolis 500, we were able to sign up Sunoco. We have a brand new title sponsor in Izod this year, the Izod Indycar Series. So I think that we're starting to see progress, but now we need to have a great plan in place and really develop a plan that's going to take us into the next 5 to 10 years, and part of that will be our next car.
Now, obviously, a little bit of history here. Our Race Day on Fox Sports Radio, we broadcast at a Teamy Racing shop here in Tampa Bay. And, being here, I know a little bit on the inside. You've talked to a lot of different owners from the top to the bottom and all the different guys in the garage area, trying to get all the feedback, trying to surround yourself with all the right people to be put in place to make all that, what you just talked about, happen. How is that going, and what are some of the feedback you're hearing from some of the from all the way up at the top to the bottom on some of these teams?
Well, the team owners, one of the first things that I wanted to make a part of our iconic advisory committee is I wanted them to have a voice, and so we brought them into a room down at St. Pete and said, hey, you guys get to pick one person that is going to be your representation on this committee, and they picked Gilles de Ferran, which was an outstanding choice. He has an engineering background. He was a driver, won the Indy 500, and now he's a team owner. So it's a little bit of everything. That to me is really, really important. So I think I've heard from the top, from the Roger Penske's and the Chip Ganassis down to the smaller guys, is it's very important for us to make sure that the economics of this deal are in line, as well as competition, as well as safety and speed are all things that they want to see.
Randy Bernard joins us on the phone. It's Rob D'Amico, Race Day on Fox Sports Radio. The number's here, 877-99 on Fox. Our website is racedayonfox.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you name it. You can interact with this program. The CEO of the Izod Indycar Series, Randy Bernard, on a very busy race weekend, joining us live here on the program. Real quick, you brought up safety. Obviously, at Texas, we saw Simona Di Silvestro getting that fiery crash there. Had a little trouble getting her out. The IRL, which I for my race fans out there and for the people on the show, we wanted to go out and talk to the IndyCar Series about that. And they said, hey, once the investigation is done, you guys have done the investigation, came back. There was the way the hose was packed, I believe, had part of the problems there. Worked your way through that, got that all fixed. And are you guys satisfied with the safety crews? And because you guys are one of the series that have a traveling safety crew, and I commend you guys for that.
Yeah, I think that we have a traveling safety crew for one reason, because they're experts at what they do, and there was a human error on that, and I think that it says a lot for the team when they walk into a room and tell Brian Barnhart and myself that there was a human error, and we watched it numerous times on 3 or 4 different angles, and just to go through every single element that was done right and wrong. And the bottom line on it is it's been fixed. It's not acceptable for IndyCar Series. But the fact that these guys are experts, they are out there doing the very best they can, and I'm 110% behind them, and I know that Brian Barnhart's 110% behind them.
Randy Bernard, our guest on the line. Rob D'Amico, Race Day on Fox Sports Radio. Let me ask you real quick before we head out here about the future of the sport. Obviously trying to build the road to Indy. You have the Star Mazda guys coming up, the Indy Lights guys. You got this stepping stone. You also talked about karting. Karting, I love karting. I love doing it myself. I love watching the races. How are you going to tie in karting with the future of the sport as well? Because I know that's a big thing in your mind. And I also, after you're done answering that, with the Baltimore race as well, talk about bringing a new street course onto the scene as well.
Sure. On karting, I think that we need to go deep into grassroots, and I think that you have over 80,000 karters here in the United States alone, with 75% of those under the age of 21. And I think it has to be a very important part is to be able to reach these kids and to have them determine at a young age which direction they want to go. And we would hope they would consider open-wheel racing, and we want to create a magazine that talks about karting through the road, the ladder system, all the way up into the Izod Indycar Series. And I think that's going to be a very important part for us to reach karters, and that there's a forward progress where karting that there's some different engine manufacturers like Mazda that will offer opportunities up into the F2000s and the Star Mazdas, up into the Indy Lights program. And now we need to fill that in and make sure we have a ride from the Indy Lights program up in to the Izod IndyCar Series.
Well, our guest on the line, Randy Bernard, and talking about the Baltimore track, you guys adding a new street course there. My opinion, I love street racing. I think it's really cool to watch, and now to add Baltimore. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, we're really excited about Baltimore. I think that one thing you're going to see is a real focus on a 50-50 ovals to road and street courses. I think that's very important. But I think that the great thing that road and street courses do is it delivers a different type of audience, a different demographic than the ovals do. And I think that young, youthful, social lifestyle that Izod really wants to partake in is very important to our sport.
Well, one more thing before we head out. I know you're busy on this race day morning. The new car, obviously we've seen the Delta Wing, and I don't think that's the direction the IndyCar needs to go. You have Delara, Swift, some of the other cars out there. I think the manufacturers and chassis builders that can go out there and bringing the new engine package. But talk about something like that. That is also the future, talking about in 2012 and things in the future.
Yeah. We selected 7 men on this advisory committee, and they have an unbelievable job of helping determine the future and shaping the next car. And I mean, we have 5 fantastic chassis manufacturers that have put in a bid, and now it's delivering what's in the best interest of the sport, not just in 2012, but in 2015 and beyond. And I think that this committee, it's been unbelievable to see where they started with in this process and how diverse their opinions were and how they're now focusing in and they're coming together as a team and really doing an unbelievable job of what, in my opinion, of where we need to be. It's really exciting. I can't wait to announce it.
All right, I can't wait to have that announcement as well. Hopefully we can do it here on the program, have you back on. I know it's a very busy race day morning out in Iowa. We get that race, exciting racing going on today. Randy, I got to thank you. The Izod Indycar CEO, Randy Bernard, joins us on the phone. Thank you very much. A pleasure to have you on, man, and I look forward to the things you're going to do for the IndyCar Series.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm really glad to be on here, and I hope you have me back when we make this big announcement, because I think it's in the next month or so.
You got it, Randy. Thanks. I appreciate it.